Hello there and welcome back to Build with the Boys. We have now got parts 67 to 70 of Iron Man, and for the first time this year, for the first time in a long time, we're not building any leg parts, and that is a beautiful thing. It really is. Not only have we got the parts that are building essentially the pelvis, we also received our final free gift, which was this rucksack. It's actually a lot better than I was expecting it to be. This is embroidered, so it's not going to rub off, as is the Marvel logo. It's all embroidered, it's lovely. It's a nice big bag. It's a practical free gift, and I like that. Now, I say practical, I've got two kids fighting over one bag, which is a problem. But it also saves me having to buy another school bag this year. It's a lovely thing. And it's got some, it's a good bag. It's a good bag, solid bag. It's nice. It's a lot better than I was expecting. It's a lovely bag. It's a nice practical gift, and we'll use it. So yeah, happy with that. We've also got part, I want to say 7 of the premium stand to do, which is exactly the same as the last 4 parts. So again, I'll show you the bits. I'm just going to put it together. We've only got one more identical part to go in, and then the outer ring of the premium stand is done. In this one as well, bizarrely, in issue 70 of this one, I'm sure it's 67 to 70, I might be wrong, but I'm sure in 70 of this one, we got our first half of the basic stand. So everyone that subscribes does get a basic stand. It's a plastic disc, which the rod goes in the whole time on up. I'm going to use it. I mean, this is the thing. It's whilst building him, I'm definitely going to use this thing to sort of hold him and do that. Once it's done with, it's done with. Now I was going to give it away, but the rod that comes with him is the same rod that's used in the premium stand. So I'm gonna need the rod. I'm just going to have it with a plastic disc, basically. But it's practical to have because again, this stand is massive, and I don't know if I have to downsize where Iron Man's going. I might lose the premium stand. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I like the premium base. I think it's a gorgeous thing. So we're always trying to find space for it. But if I end up in a smaller workshop or something like that, or I need the shelf space, I've at least got the option to downsize the stand because the stand's massive. It's getting huge now. Anyway, we're going to crack on with this, and we're going to build Iron Man. No legs. So happy. What is a constant running theme with Iron Man? There's not a load to do in this, but it's all relevant. So what we are going to need is we're going to need this part from 66. And we are going to need these 4 pieces here. Now what these do is these basically mask the joins. So there is, if you look at Iron Man, you tend to not notice all these little bits and pieces on him, but there's a lot of these little bits, these little skirting parts around the kind of the hips and waist. Now this is quite simple. What we're actually doing here is we're going to pop that in there. That's going to be held in with a single OP screw, and then this will attach to the leg. Now there are 2 other parts as well. Let me grab those. So these 2 other parts you'll need. These are from 66 along with this one. Now what we're going to do quite simply is we're going to take these parts and screw them into there, so they'll be facing that way down. And to do that, we're going to need a single OP screw. Now, they are very long screws. These are the OPs there. It's basically creating a hinge. So we'll get one in and started. And then hopefully, we'll be good to go. There you go. There's no real problems here. I'll make sure that lines up on the other side. Now, I'm just going to show you one because the other one is just a mirror image of what we're doing here. So I don't want to, show you twice. We'll just get the other one done and then we can show the installation. I think that was quite easy. That was relatively painless. So there we go. We've got this. Mine's too tight. I don't think it should be that tight. I'm going to loosen that just a half turn. There we go. So that's kind of what I want going on. So this hinge function. Once you've done that part, you'll flip this round and we are going to install one of these. Now the way you want it to be is this way. So it's got to sit like that there. I'm going to pop that over there, and this is going to be held into place with a single OP screw, which is another one of these very long screws, which again almost seems too long, but well, I suppose it makes sense. The other one's the same. Right. Let's have the screwdriver first. Get this lined up. Get them started is not the easiest thing, but once they're going, they're going. There we go. So yeah, just to get these long screws going, I mean, you don't need to worry about where your position is at first. It's when you get about halfway through, you need to start thinking about adjusting it so it all lines up and goes through. Neat. There we go. So we're going to start coming out the other side now. But yeah, it's quite a novelty now to not be doing something we haven't already done, and to be working on something other than the there we go, I've completely missed on exit. Let's back up and get that right. Yeah, it's nice to be doing something that isn't, you know, leg again. And we are kind of flying now, so I mean we are coming toward the end of this one. We're about 20 parts off finishing this. I know there's 100 parts to it, but you do make 3 pelvis parts for just different positions. So there we go, so that's that one done. I'm going to build the second one off camera, and then we'll fit them to this. With both these parts complete now, what we're going to do is we are going to add them to here. So we got 2 holes here and here. They are going to go over there like so. And thread this one through. There we go. So a bit like that. I'm going to hold those in with, they are PP screws, very little. Let's see if I can do this on camera for you. Grab me modelling glasses. So what a drag it is getting old, man. I never used to need these things, but now I can't. I can barely bloody see these little screws. It is true, youth is wasted on the young, man. Enjoy your eyesight if you've still got it. Okay, here we go. Right, let's magnetize this. If you don't have one of these, I swear by it. Just magnetize the hell out your screwdrivers. It just makes life a lot easier, especially when dealing with tiny screws. I think once we've got one in, we'll be alright. But just getting that one in. And there we go. So that's our first one in place. And we've got another one over there. These screw holes don't look as if they've been bored out particularly well. So that is playing a factor in this. If I have any more problems with this, I'm going to switch to a smaller screwdriver. I'm currently using a PHO, but I do have a PHOO, which is tiny. That one's fine. Okay, so that's that one in. So that's how that will look. So you now have, when the legs move, the skirt piece. Now you don't want it tight, but you also don't want it so loose that it's, you know, flopping around all over the place. But yeah, that's fine. Let's do the same again with this one. So again, put it under there like that, over there like that. And once we get one in, we know that this works a lot smoother. But it's just getting that first one in. All right. There we go, a lot easier that time. Always easier the second time. And then one final screw, and that is this part complete. Now the next 2 parts are identical because we're doing these. I mean, I don't want to keep calling them skirt pieces, but I mean, I don't know what else to call them. We'll see what the official name is inside there, but it'll just be like leg support or something like that, I expect. But they are just the mirror of each other. Okay, so that is this part. Let's lose this slide. That is this part complete. So that's what will happen basically when his legs are in there. it means that you can move the leg and it will cover the joint. So it's not going to, you haven't got this very visible action figure-esque joint. That's how that will work. So that is all there is to do in stage 66. Now we're going to move on to stage 67. Here's everything you get in stage 68. Really not much to do. So we have these two pieces out, very similar to what we've just done really. But what we're going to do first is we're going to put a bracket into here. The bracket's going to go, yeah, there are lugs. So the bracket's going to hold in there with the lugs, and then we're going to pop a single BP screw in the center of that. So let's get these BP screws up and get that done. We're not attaching them to the pelvis in this issue, but I believe in the next one we will be. So in 69, I believe we attach these to the leg. So it's a very quick one. I mean, again, it's Iron Man. I've just come to peace with the fact that these are very short packs, and I mean, again, I am glad I don't build this weekly. If there's been a newsagent thing, you wait all week to do that, I think that would bother the hell out of me. And then another one of these massive OP screws, because again, these screws are doubling up as a fastener, but then also as what's essentially a hinge. So this goes, let me make sure I get this right around, because I do not want to have to take this off again. Right, so that way. So this curvature faces upwards. Okay, so that's going to slot in there. Then we're going to drive a single OP screw straight through. So now we're driving an OP screw through here. You can hear my kids arguing in the background, the joys of half term. There we are. So that's it. That's all there is to do in this stage. Now, 69 is a mirror of this, but I believe we add them to our pelvis over here. So let's crack on with that one. Turns out, no, we actually don't fit these in stage 69. We're just making another one. It's just the reverse of what you've just done, basically. So let's do it again. So put those lugs in there. And then as before, BP screw. It's annoying when they do this. You'd like to see it. I mean, this is what I've said all along, that this is an 80-part model spread over 100 parts, and this is one of the places they do this. This should have been one pack. Both of these should have been one pack. And it's a total of 4 screws. The plastic parts, you think some of the hefty metal parts, we've got some of the other ones, but this is how, I mean, this is just the economics of it. This is how they, they cover the expense of not just a Disney license, but a Marvel license, and then everything that goes with that. And trust me, having dealt with Disney, I wouldn't want to have to put up with a Disney audit. Because I mean, it's reassuring for the consumer, because you're going to get quality, quality goods. But a Disney audit is brutal. If you're trying to get anything approved by Disney, it's tough, man. Trust me. Right, so that one there, that one there, that one there. I just want to make sure we're going the right way with this one, because I don't want it uneven, because I'm weird about the where screws do and don't go. Right, so we are going in that way. Okay. I'm not a fan of the OP screw. I can tell you that now. I really am not a fan of the OP screw. It's very long trying to get it started when you're trying to essentially get it going, because they're boring their own holes. It's too long. It's too unwieldy to sort of get going. You get purchase on it. Once it's going, but it's yeah, getting the initial purchase on it is not fun, especially when it's this little. Let's try that. There we go. See, and then once you're in, you're off to the races. Go through. Yep. So that is 69 complete. Now in 70, we're going to be adding these to this, and we're going to I believe the other part that we made, the other pelvis part that we made to this. Okay, so Houston, we have a problem, because I have got magazine number 70. But they have sent me pack 71. that's not the right parts. So I am now at a grinding halt. So I'm going to have to contact Fanhome and tell them they sent me the wrong part. So I don't know if I end up with 2 of these or what. But that's it for the Iron Man build. Let's move on to the stand. Fortunately, that is as far as we can go with the main build this month, which brings us to premium stand number 7. Same as always. We are literally putting this piece into this piece, like so. On that place, I'm going to attach it to the main body. I've shown you this 3 times already. I won't show you again. What I'll do is I'll get this built, I'll add it to the main base, and then we'll take a look at it with all but one piece in it. So there we have it. This is what it's looking like from the underside. And this is what it's looking like from the main side. This thing is huge. I mean, this thing is huge. For those of you that aren't building this part of it, I'm trying to give you some scale of just how big this thing is. I mean, it's bloody massive. There you go. There's the Pepsi can scale. Gives you an idea of how huge this is. That's it for this month's Iron Man. Now, unfortunately, I mean, it's they sent me the wrong part. It is what it is. I've just got a sneaky peek of what's coming next month. I'm getting one now. I've already spoken to them. They said they've sent me one out already. So it's going to be in about a week or so. Yeah, it is what it is, you know. It's nice to not be building leg, you know. I mean, it's never going to be a very involved build. I mean, I've seen right ahead to the end of this, and there are no parts that are particularly involved. I think putting them all together is the most involved thing you'll do. But we are just building puzzle pieces at this point. And I'm at peace with that now. I mean, before it was frustrating because I'm used to part works where, you know, you get a bit of something to do, you know. But it's fine. It is what it is. It's the nature of this particular beast. So yeah, there's nothing. There's just nothing major. There's no huge parts. There really isn't. There's some tricky bits coming up. But other than that, no. I'm at peace with it. I'm at complete peace with it. The stand is looking lovely, and again, this thing will look gorgeous when it's done. We are getting the torso next month, so in packs 71 to 74, we finish the hips, we finish the base, the standard base. We get the pole that I'll be using on this premium base, and we get the chest. So you won't get the red chest, you get the inners, so you get this kind of black and grey metal, and then you'll get the armour to cover over it in the coming months. But yeah, it was nice not to do something I've done before. You know, everything was new, everything was kind of had to be learned, and I like that. That's all I really want. So that's it for this one. I will get you on the next one. I was gonna wait and put this one out when I had that pack, but you know what? I'll just do 5 on the next one because, again, let's face it, there's not much to do in any of these packs, so I'll just do 5 on the next one. And we will have the final piece of the outer ring of this premium stand. Then I don't know where we go. I assume we start putting the lights into it, and I actually enjoy building the stand more than some parts of Iron Man, but it is what it is. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you'll get to see Iron Man right through to his end. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. Now I'm off to celebrate Elizabeth's 70 years on the throne with a long weekend and a few beers. Have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.